Welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling, right? You're trying to learn something new and complex, maybe data science or a new programming language, and you're just drowning in information. It feels like you don't even know where to begin.
All right, so how do we tackle this? Well, we're going to look at two super powerful but totally different ways to learn. One is all about digging in deep and building a real gut feeling for a subject. And the other, it's about zooming out to get a high-level map of the whole territory.
Okay, first step is what I like to call the explorer's path. This is all about discovery, about getting your hands dirty. It's based on some really cool research from the University of Colorado's PhET project, and it's perfect for when you need to actually feel how something works. So, think about it like this. Say you want to understand electricity. Instead of just reading a textbook about circuits, what if you could actually build one? With these sims, you can literally drag and drop wires and batteries, flip a switch, and watch the electrons start zipping around. It's hands-on, it's playful, and it makes you ask, hey, what if I did this? And this, right here, this is the secret sauce. You're not just sitting back and watching. No way. You're basically becoming a scientist for a day. First, you guess what's going to happen. Then you run the experiment and watch. And finally, and this is the important part, you have to explain why it happened. It forces you to connect the dots yourself.
And that is the whole point. This is where the magic happens. You can do things you could never do in a real lab, like mess with greenhouse gases or actually see invisible things like electrons. This is how you build that deep, gut-level feeling for the why behind the rules, not just memorizing the what.
All right, so that's the explorer's way. But now, let's completely switch gears and look at another amazing tool, the good old cheat sheet. We're pulling from a fantastic collection of resources from Katie Nuggets here.
So if simulations are like putting on scuba gear and diving deep into the ocean, cheat sheets are like flying a drone way up high to get the lay of the land. They give you that map of the entire landscape, all the key concepts, the important formulas, the syntax, all packed into one place. Now this quote is really interesting because it zeroes in on a super important use case, performance. This isn't just about casual studying, it's about when the pressure is on. You know, when you're in a high-stakes moment like a tech interview, you need to pull up that info fast. That's where these things are absolute gold.
Yeah, so think of these as your secret weapon for locking in knowledge. They're perfect for cramming before an interview, quickly remembering some programming syntax you forgot, or just getting a bird's-eye view of a topic. They're not for learning from scratch, they're for making sure what you've learned sticks.
Okay, so which one wins, the Explorer simulation or the Strategist's cheat sheet? Well, if you're asking that, you're kind of missing the point. That's absolutely the wrong question. The real genius here isn't about picking one, it's about seeing how they fit together like puzzle pieces. Look at this. Simulations build your intuition, they answer the why. Cheat sheets help you recall things, they summarize the what. One is for diving deep and exploring, the other is for a quick review. They're two sides of the same coin. And that, right there, brings us to the big idea of this whole explainer. The absolute best learners? They don't choose one or the other. They combine them into this incredible, powerful cycle. Seriously, don't think of these as competing methods. They're not. They're partners in crime for your brain. One builds the deep, intuitive foundation, and the other builds the solid, memorable structure right on top. Together, they create something way more powerful. And this is what it looks like in practice. This beautiful, powerful loop. Step 1, you explore. You get in there, you use the simulations, you play around until you have that amazing aha moment. Then, step 2, you consolidate. You pull out a cheat sheet to lock in all those key facts and formulas. It's a simple loop you can just repeat.
And that's it. It really boils down to this one simple mantra. Explore to really, truly understand. Then, consolidate so you can remember it forever. That is the secret. That is the cycle of mastery.
So that's what we've got for you today. The next time you're staring down a big, scary, complex topic, don't just try to memorize facts. Dive in, explore it, play with it, and then zoom out and map it all out. Now go build your own cycle of mastery.